Good morning, everyone. Come on, y'all. Y'all should be happy you're about to graduate there, and I won't have to come in your classrooms anymore and bother y'all. All right, are you ready? Good morning, Mr. Neilson. All right. To all the parents, friends, relatives, we would like to welcome you to Mitchell Neilson, which is what I believe to be one of the best schools this side of the Mississippi. So, with no further ado, I would like to introduce some of my co-workers and colleagues, starting with Officer Parkhurst, Officer Templeton, Officer Meeks, Officer Renzinski, Officer Dry, Major Atkinson, and all of our boss, the one that you'll be hearing from a little bit later, Chief Christian. Now, we're about to have the Pledge of Allegiance. So if Kyla, Brian, Sean, Adriana, Nina, Christopher, Xavier, Jayla, Madison, Denise, TJ, and Bella would please join me in leading us with the Pledge of Allegiance. Now come on down. Thank you. D.A.R.E. D.A.R.E. is a drug abuse resistance education. That's what D.A.R.E. stands for. D.A.R.E. started back in 1983 in Los Angeles by Chief Daryl Gates. In Murfreesboro, we began teaching D.A.R.E. in 1992, and we continue to teach D.A.R.E. in all of the city schools, including 2 private schools. D.A.R.E. is currently taught in approximately 80% of the United States school districts and in 54 countries around the world. D.A.R.E. is a cooperation between the law enforcement as well as the city schools. We come into your classrooms and we teach you all for 10 weeks. 10 long weeks, right? 10 weeks. Yes, we come in. Now, even though it's about drug abuse resistance and education, we never bring drugs into the classroom. I never brought anything in there like, look at this, this is what it looks like. We did none of that. More so, there is like a life skills class. Some of the few things that we talked about in there are risk and consequences, dealing with stress, bullying, being a part of the community, responding to peer pressure, effective communication skills, and also empathy. Now, these students who are here today that are going to graduate, they took part in this D.A.R.E. class, and they had to sit up and put up with me for 10 weeks with teaching them all of those things that I just named. Now, with no further ado, I would like to introduce to you all and ask your principal, Ms. Newell, to come up and say a few words and introduce our speaker.
Who is your favorite D.A.R.E. officer? Yes, he does a fabulous job and we appreciate him very much. I'm very proud of all of you for having completed this course. It marries very well with the leadership ideals that we have here at Mitchell Neilson and the habits that we follow. So I'm very, very proud of you and the accomplishments that you have done today. Very proud of you. It is my honor to introduce to you another leader in our community, and that is Chief Chrisman. He has worked for the Murfreesboro Police Department for the last 40 years. In fact, this is probably going to be his last D.A.R.E graduation because he is retiring at the end of this year on December 31st to go do other things. And did you know that when D.A.R.E came to Murfreesboro City Schools back in 1992, he was one of the major movers and shakers to get that program here in Murfreesboro City. He has been a great advocate for Murfreesboro City Schools and especially Mitchell Neilson, and we are grateful to him for that. And so I will turn that over to our wonderful leader, Chief Chrisman.
You'll need those. So do I need to use this one? Is that the one? Good morning, everybody. Good morning. So has Officer Williams been a great D.A.R.E officer? Yeah! What about all these other D.A.R.E officers over here? Are they outstanding too? Give them a round of applause, would you? I am delighted to be here this morning and share just a few minutes with you. I was thinking as I got ready to come, I have a book that I bought about 20 years ago that I have read and referred to often. Does that book title look familiar to you? 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. Does that sound like something you've been studying and continue to study? So we're going to talk about that a little bit today, and I'm going to share with you some of the things that I share with our police officers that come out of that book and that are involved with being people that are in leadership positions. First of all, I want to congratulate you on graduating from D.A.R.E today. I'm proud of each and every one of you. I'm proud of what you've learned over these past 10 weeks. And what I really hope you will do is take some very powerful messages away from your experience in D.A.R.E. First of all, I hope you've learned how to say no to drugs and violence and all the things that are connected to that. Because if you do that, if you're able to do that, that's going to benefit you, it's going to benefit your family and your community, and it's going to help us in law enforcement keep our communities safer. If you are able to stay drug and violence free, you have the best chance of having the kind of life that you want to have later, to grow up and be the kind of people that you want to be, the kind of adults that you want to be. And so certainly what you've learned in D.A.R.E is a big, big part of that. Now let me stop for a minute and share some things with you that I share with police officers. Tomorrow morning at 8:30, we'll have a graduation at the police department for about 12 people that have gone through orientation to become police officers. Next Friday, I will speak at a graduation of police officers who are finalizing their police academy and will be starting their police careers. Here's some things that I always tell them. And it's as important for you to hear these things as it is for our police officers to hear it. Here's some things that you need to do if you want to be successful, be all that you can be, and have a wonderful life ahead of you, the rest of your early years, your high school years, and hopefully way beyond that. First of all, you have to be honest. Honesty means you tell the truth the first time, every time, right? So you got to be honest first and foremost. That's what we tell our police officers, and you need to know that. You need to do that as well. The second thing is you have to be somebody that has integrity. You know what integrity means? It means that you do the right thing if you know what the right thing is to do the first time, every time. If you do those things, if you're honest, and somebody knows that you have integrity, that you're going to do the right thing, then that means that people will learn to depend on you and trust you. And that means you will have great character. You'll have a reputation for being that kind of person. Is that the kind of person you want to be now and as you get older? Sure it is. The last thing that we try to say is when you make friends and you are interacting with other people around you, it's good to have friends. It's good to be loyal to friends. It's good to want to be a good friend to your friend. But anytime somebody asks you to do something that you know is wrong or is not honest, they're really not your friend, are they? And so if they try to get you to do something that you know is wrong or is dishonest, pay attention to that and make strong, tough decisions about who your friends need to be and whether you need to do what they ask you to do or not. Here are 4 things I tell our police officers every class we have. They're as important for you or maybe more important than they are for our police officers. Right now, as you move forward from right here, if you'll start doing these 4 things, if you're not already doing them, they will pay great dividends for you. They'll make you better and stronger. The first one is, all throughout your life, you're going to have to probably work hard. Right now, that means you got to study hard to learn as much as you can to be the best you can be. So the first one is, for you, study hard, work hard to learn all you can learn right now while you're young and while you're growing. The second thing is, every day when you come to school, when you go home, when you're dealing with mom and dad, brothers and sisters, whoever else, you need to do the very best you can every day. The third thing is, and this one is really important because it affects all of you, treat other people the way you want to be treated. That's really important. And the last thing is, when you make a mistake, anybody in here made a mistake today? I made one. I almost walked by and didn't sign in, but I did because I know I'm supposed to, right? You can put your hands down. When you make a mistake, be accountable for it. Take responsibility for it and learn from it, because guess what? That makes you better and stronger and will help make you a stronger person going forward. So let's hit those again. 4 things that will guarantee that you're going to be successful and be the best you can be. Work hard or study hard in your situation right now. Do your best every day. Treat people the way you want to be treated. That means the person sitting next to you. It means your brothers and sisters. It means your mom and dad, your grandparents, people that are special to you. Treat everybody around you the way you want to be treated. And if you do that, guess what? They're going to treat you that way too. And the last thing is, be accountable for the things that you do. If you make mistakes, own them and say, I'm sorry, I made a mistake, I was wrong. Guess what? I'll learn from that and I'll be better and stronger tomorrow because of that. And if you do that, guess what? People will learn that you're honest, you're dependable, and you're going to take responsibility for the things that you do. Finally, we talked about this book just for a moment. And I'm looking on the back of the gym wall back there. Number 2 says, begin with the end in mind, right? You heard that before? So as I close my message this morning, that's one of the 7 habits that I want to leave with you. Begin with the end in mind. What do you want to be? What do you want to do? How would you like to see the rest of your life develop as you move on from here? You got a great foundation in D.A.R.E. and learning how to make good choices and learning about drugs and the problems with drugs. Begin with the end in mind, because if you do that and you prepare well, guess what? You can be anything you want to be. You might want to be the principal of a school one day. You might want to be a police officer one day. You might want to be the police chief one day. You might want to be the president someday. If you begin with the end in mind, anything is possible. If you work hard, do your best, treat people the way you want to be treated, and be accountable. Congratulations on your graduation from D.A.R.E. I couldn't be more proud of you. I wish you the best. I hope you have a Merry Christmas and a great holiday season. Thank you for letting me speak to you this morning.
Now, we had someone else to walk in that I would like to recognize right now. If you all will Turn to the back, we have our school superintendent, Dr. Linda Gilbert. Now is the time for the graduation. Now, hold on. Now, in order for these young people to be able to graduate from D.A.R.E, they had to attend class, they had to participate in class, and they also had to write a D.A.R.E essay. The D.A.R.E essay covered how do they feel about the D.A.R.E program, what they have learned during D.A.R.E, and why they think it is important to be drug-free, to make better decisions, and to be able to do better to deal with peer pressure. So it will be a third, second, and first place essay winner. And also, they voted for D.A.R.E boy and D.A.R.E girl. It wasn't a popularity contest, but it was who they felt like within their classroom would stick to the foundation and the morals within the program as far as staying drug-free and being in line with the 7 habits in which we follow here at the school. With nothing else to say, Mr. Clarity. We'll start with Mr. Clarity's class. I'm sorry, Ms. Cheney's class. And Ms. Cheney had to leave us for a minute. I think her child was sick, so you all will have Ms. Newell reading it for you all.
All right, it is my honor to present Ms. Cheney's graduates. Priscilla Baraja Castro. And if you'll hold your applause till the end, that would be great. Christopher Creason. Tiana Floyd. Akiria Gates. Makira Glass. Vicente Gomez. Samari Gooch. Ernest Grissom. Mackenzie Hickey. Mason Hines. Alicia Huddleston. Xavier Matthews. Michaela Millette. Kyla Murray. Tanoy Pepacha. Emmanuel Ramirez. Luke Ratliff. Leah Scott. Isaac Tidwell. And Adriana Ritchie. Now you can applaud.
This is for Ms. Cheney, but I want to give it to you to present it to her.
I will
we
be
really
happy
did
to.
appreciate it.
Absolutely.
All right, for Ms. Cheney's class, D.A.R.E boy, Isaac Tidwell. D.A.R.E girl, Priscilla Castro. Third place essay, Alyssa Huddleston. Second place, Tiana Floyd. First place, Mackenzie Hickey.
D.A.R.E is a program where an officer teaches you about drug abuse and what can happen to you if you do drugs. What D.A.R.E stands for is Drug Abuse Resistant Education. The purpose of D.A.R.E is to teach us not to do drugs, how to deal with bullying, effective communication, and the importance of being healthy. Who teaches us there? Officer Williams. Officer Williams comes into my classroom every Wednesday at 9 o'clock. The reason I think D.A.R.E was created is so people know not to do drugs. Officer Williams will also teach you about what will happen to you when you make a wrong choice. And he will tell you what will happen to you if you do drugs. What we learned in D.A.R.E is not to do bad things to your body. Cigarettes, for example. If you smoke, you will have bad breath, yellow teeth. Also, smokers have more colds and upper respiratory infections. The D.A.R.E decision-maker model is helpful with saying no because if you are in a situation, it will help you make the right choice. It makes you think hard about your situation and helps you make a better choice. It helps you say no to bad people who are doing something wrong. Do not get involved with the wrong individuals or crowd. It's important to have a positive environment. What I enjoyed the most throughout D.A.R.E is how he taught us not to do bad things to our body. Also, how to say no at the right times, how to deal with stress, and to communicate effectively. Saying no is a good thing to do in a bad situation because nobody wants to get in trouble with their parents, teachers, principals, or go to jail. I learned not to do drugs, not to do the wrong thing. For instance, smoking, drinking alcohol at a young age, and to stay away from trouble. D.A.R.E has made a difference in my life because I now know when and how to say no. I also know how to deal with stress and what can happen to you if I smoke or drink. Now Officer Williams taught us all different things about bad environments and what to look for when in a bad situation and the importance of staying healthy and on track.
Next, Mr. Clary's class.
Chandler Barnes. Haley Beatty. John Butler. Madison Dotson. Thomas Izell. William Grigg. Amy Rain Harris. Isaiah Hernandez. Yeshaviel Hernandez. Richard House. Brian Richardson. Salvador Rodriguez. Jordan Shockley. Kaylin Walker. Haley Whitefield. Timothy Bryant. And Gavin Turner. Give these students a round of applause.
For Mr. Clarity's class, their boy, Xavier Hernandez. Their girl, Haley Beatty. Third place, essay, Amy Rain Harris. Second place, Haley Whitefield. First place, Xavier Hernandez.
D.A.R.E has been great this year. We have learned about not right to do in our lives, smoking, drinking beer, and also learned if somebody's being bullied, you should report to an adult. I also learned to not be a bystander and to help others. I learned to have empathy for others. I also learned that you should not bully others for any reason, even if they are being mean to you, you should bully them. You should also report a bully or a fighting situation to an adult or somebody at school. We have learned why you should resist drugs and alcohol and why you should take neither of them. We also learned that there is a difference between tattling and telling. Sometimes when people tell on you, it might help you. You should abuse anyone for any reason, even adult, as soon as possible. Don't wait till it gets worse. You should help people when they're having a bad day or having a really bad situation. Don't wait to tell you. Don't force them. Just leave it alone and let them tell if they want to when they feel like it. You should take anything from someone if you don't want them to do it. If you're walking and someone stops and asks, do you want candy, say no thanks and walk away. Don't take it. We learn how to respond to others effectively, and we learn not to ignore them, to listen to them if they talking to you. Always listen to adults when they are telling you to do something, and always be respectful.
Next is Miss McCullough's class. Miss McCullough, she's out sick today, so reading her class will be Miss Watts.
Bella Chicharo, Annie Frierson, Jenna Gee, Jatavius Hathaway, Grayson Hayden, Cole Hunt, Miles Awansu, Owen Cates, Elizabeth Lees, Charles Martin Miles, Yatziri Marino, she's not here, Devion Nichols, Elijah Overall, Yasmin Reed, Alexis Sneed, Nina Taylor, Riley Vaughn, Xavier Wilkerson, and Charles Bass.
We have a small token from Miss Murphy also, and I'll make sure that she receives that when she returns. For Miss McCullough, I'm sorry. For Miss McCullough's class, their boy, Charles Miles. Their girl, Annie Frierson. Third place essay, Cole Hunt. Second place, Owen Cates. First place, Gina G. Gina, I'm sorry.
D.A.R.E program is to help kids learn how to stay safe, what to do, what not to do, and to learn about drugs. It's taught by Officer Williams from 1 o'clock to 2 o'clock in our classroom in M&S. D.A.R.E stands for Drug Abuse Resistance Education. I believe D.A.R.E was created because kids need to learn about drugs and that they're bad for you. In D.A.R.E, we learned about drug or alcohol use and abuse. Alcohol is illegal for anyone under 21. Surprisingly, most teens don't drink alcohol. There are at least 75,000 deaths related to alcohol. It slows down the body and brain. Memory loss and poor judgment are two health effects of alcohol. Tobacco is also a drug used by people. It is something that is in cigarettes. In cigarette smoke, there are more than 200 known harmful chemicals. You may hear or see that smoking becomes addicting. That is because the cigarettes contain a powerfully addictive substance called nicotine. Smoking is the leading preventable cause of death in this country. In D.A.R.E, we use what's called the D.A.R.E decision-making model. This is for when you're in a situation and you need help making a decision. Decisions can be tough, but this should help you. The D stands for define. Describe the problem, challenge, or opportunity to yourself. A means assess. What are your choices? The R, respond. Make a choice using the facts and information you've gathered. Last but not least, E, evaluate. Review your decision. Did you make a good choice? That's it. Define, assess, respond, and evaluate. In D.A.R.E, what I've most enjoyed is listening to Officer Williams because he makes everything sound interesting. Also learning about how to stay safe. D.A.R.E is very interesting and exciting. I hope everyone likes D.A.R.E. D.A.R.E has helped make a positive difference in my life. It has taught me to keep up with my responsibilities, also to care for myself, my pets, and my family. D.A.R.E teaches me to be nice to my friends. D.A.R.E has made me a better person.
Thank you, Gina. Now we have Miss Murphy's class.
Annette Ashley. Julia Bell. Jalea Burton. Isaac Broussard. Caleb Chapman. Brooklyn Clarity. Denise Damien. Nick Hodge. Reagan Lloyd. Elliot Loveland. Kyle Maloney. Alex Martin. Cadence Met. Peyton Roden. Ariana Shipley. TJ Sims. Marquise Watkins. Kenneth Wilson. Round of applause, please.
Thank you, Ms. Miller. Miss Murphy's class, their boy, Caleb Chapman. Their girl, Annette Ashley. Third place essay, Reagan Lloyd. Second place, Brooklyn Clarity. First place, Caleb Chapman.
D.A.R.E is an awesome class with an awesome and cool teacher, Officer Williams. I've learned what drugs can do to me and you all. Of course, my family tells me not to take drugs or smoke all the time. Now I know what drugs can do to me. I'll tell others what I've learned. The most valuable thing to me is the DDMM, because if a situation comes up to me, like a group of smokers after me if I want to smoke, I'll know what to do. When someone is bullying someone else, I know what to do. I remember the 5 W's, which are who, what, when, where, and why. So I think about that, and it prevents me from doing the wrong things, like bullying, and it helps me to do the right thing, like report bullying or even stop it. So it almost might even stop others from bullying if they see you putting a stop to it. I'm going to use D.A.R.E in later years of my life. How, you ask? Well, I'm going to make sure I'm not smoking, not alcoholic, and not taking bad drugs. Also, one day I'm going to have a job, and while I'm working, I don't need all the poisonous drugs weighing on me. Without drugs, you're free, and with drugs, you're trapped, and it's like you're in chains and you can't break free because it controls your life. I have 2 brothers and 3 sisters. I want them to be proud of me. I want my older brother to be proud of me. Also, I want to be a good example to my siblings so they will look up to me as a good brother. It will be a terrible thing if you messed up in your life with drugs and your siblings followed your steps and messed up in their life with drugs too. In conclusion, be wise, stay smart, keep your life safe, and stay away from drugs. You will have more adventures in your life without drugs than you would with drugs. Live your best life and remember to tell others, do not take drugs, just say no.
Last, we have Miss Watts' class.
Azariah Abel, Reese Bratcher, Jemiah Bush, John B. Butler, Akiria Clark, Michael Dukes, Selena Hayes, David Himes, DeAndre Hurd, Yadiria Lopez Lopez, AJ Retcher, Amy Rodriguez, Adriana Stover, Sierra Thorpe, Sean Welch, and Jerry Wilson.
Their boy in Miss Watts' class, Reese Bratcher. Their girl, Sierra Thorpe. Third place essay, John Butler. Second place, Reese Bratcher. First place, Selena Hayes.
This time period that I have spent in D.A.R.E has been a great experience for me. I hope all my friends think so too. During D.A.R.E, I learned a lot about how not to use drugs, how to take care of myself, and how to make the right choices. For example, I communicate more confidently, I say things right, I communicate effectively, and I use the 5 W's when reporting bullying and so on. I will make safe and responsible decisions by using my D.A.R.E decision-making model. I'll define by describing the problem, challenge, or opportunity. I will assess by thinking about the choices I have. I will respond by making choices in the facts and info I have gathered. Last but not least, I will evaluate by reviewing my question and thinking about if I made a good choice. In the future, I will use what I've learned in a responsible, safe way. I will not bully others, and I will always be nice. I will stick up for people and never be a bystander. I will help even when no one is looking. I will stand up for myself. I'll make eye contact and pay attention so no one will feel like I'm not listening. I will never bully, and neither should you.
Is Miss Newell still in here? I believe she stepped away for a moment, but we have a small token of appreciation for her. And also, Chief Chris, if you would please come. We know that he's about to retire and be spending many times in some good old sun and enjoying that, so there's no umbrella.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
From the sun. Thank you, sir. Now, if those of you who received programs, well, before we move forward, let's give a round of applause for all of our D.A.R.E graduates. Now, for those of you who have programs, if you would, please turn to the back of the programs. On the back, you will notice a couple of people that help us make this day possible. Those are our sponsors. One of the ones that I really want you to pay attention to is Channel 3 News. Everyone look, we're being videotaped today. It's going to air on Channel 3 News, so we really do appreciate them. Hold on, y'all sit down, it's okay. Everybody's going to see y'all on TV. And also, on the back of the program, there's Skate Center West. We would also like to thank them, because on December the 14th from 5 to 7:30 p.m., you, the D.A.R.E graduates, will be able to come for a skate party. You will have to wear your shirt, and I think we're going to have like a slice of pizza and a drink, or if you don't want pizza, you can have candy. Now, if your brothers or sisters or any other siblings, or if the parents want to come for a small fee, you can also join us for the skate party. It's December the 14th from 5 to 7:30. If there's nothing else, this concludes the program. If all the D.A.R.E boys and D.A.R.E girls will come on this side so that we can take a picture, and if all of the essay winners will come on this side so that we can take a picture. Thank you, and don't forget to say hello to our friend D.A.R.E.